Good evening, everyone. So today our lesson number 7. So before we start our lessons, let's pay homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So now we are talking about akusala chaitas, unwholesome chaitas. So then, the first one is 8 lower mula chaitas. So chaitas rooted in greed. So actually, last week I talk about different degree of greed or craving. The sensory craving or sensory lobha. So we have a 2 level, immoral level, and moral sensory craving level. And also we have a rupa lobha and arupa lobha, and even the nibbana, craving for desire for nibbana. Okay, so 8 lower mula chaitas. So the first one is the one consciousness accompanied by joy and associated with the wrong view and prompted. So we have a greed in our mind. We want something. So by that time, if it is accompanied by joy, you're very happy. And that associated with the wrong view me, you do not know this is akusala. That is associated with the wrong view. Your view is wrong. Unprompted. So hear me, join me, mente, join your feeling. Wrong view me, inversion of view. So your view or your understanding is not correct. That is called deity, metta deity or deity. Unprompted. So when you have a greed, such type of greed, your motivation or volition is very high. And your effort, you make a lot of effort. So that is called unprompted. The degree of motivation and effort. So in when we have the first type of lower mula chaita, you crave for something, you know. Then we think that it is nothing wrong. It is nothing wrong. So when you crave for it, you make a lot of effort. You have a lot of motivation. That is the first type of chaita. So it can be different level. It can be different level in the immoral level. Suppose if you are stealing, you think that stealing is nothing wrong. That is associated with the wrong view. You steal it happily, accompanied by joy, and unprompted. Unprompted hear me. So when you are stealing, then you make a lot of effort. Then you're full of motivation or volition. So that is the first type of jiva. One consciousness accompanied by joy, associated with the wrong view and unprompted. So sometimes when we take a trip, you are lucky allowance is 30 kilo, suppose. So you want to bring more. Sorry. Can you wait for a while because my computer something wrong. our failure. Can you wait for a while? So when we are taking trip, our luggage allowance is 30 kilo. Then we want to bring more. Want to bring more. Then you take 35 kilo, thinking that is nothing wrong. That is nothing wrong. So you do it happily, accompanied by joy. You think that just taking 5 kilo is nothing wrong. That is associated with the wrong view. So actually, our kilo allowance is only 30 kilo, but you take 35. So that means you are stealing 5 kilo. But normally people do not think that it is stealing. Oh yeah. So I mean opening my computer. Can you wait for a while? Because actually I link to computer. So I forgot to connect to power cable. So normally within that bring in a little bit of extra kilo is nothing wrong. So actually you are stealing 5 kilo. You are stealing 5 kilo. That is akusala, akusala. So then that is associated with the wrong view. Then you try, you try. Can you wait for a while? Because so in those, I mean, what I want to say is, okay. Okay, so but here bringing 5 kilo is nothing wrong, but you think that bringing 5 kilo is nothing wrong. So that is associated with the wrong view. Your view is not correct because the airline allows only 30 kilo, but you bring extra kilo. So that means that's stealing, a type of stealing. But you don't think that. In your mind, you have a greed or lobha. You want to bring more, right? You want to bring more. That is, you think that bringing only 5 kilo is nothing wrong. So that means associated with the wrong view. Your view is not correct. But if you think that, if you know that bringing extra 5 kilo is akusala, not allowed, then if you think that bringing extra 5 kilo is stealing, then you still do it because your greed is, your lobha is very great. You have a lot of lobha. You want to bring more. Then that is a dissociated from wrong view. So you don't have a wrong view about bringing extra 5 kilo, right? If you don't think nothing wrong, bringing extra 5 kilo, that is associated with the wrong view. But you know that bringing extra kilo is a type of stealing. So that means your view is correct. We call it dissociated from wrong view. So here, you're in the next slide, you can see that dissociated from wrong view, dissociated from wrong view. Then you still do it because of lobha, because of lobha. So that is akusala. That is akusala. Normally, we do not notice, no? We do not notice. So that is if you are mindful, if you know akusala chetas, then akusala, unwholesome actions, then you will You will not do such a one. You will not do such a one. Suppose you know that bringing extra kilo is a type of stealing. Then if you want to bring more, but in your mind, you think that I will pay for extra kilo. That is correct view. You are not bringing extra kilo with the loba. But in your mind, you think that I will pay it. Then you still bring it. That is not akusala. So actually, we have to be very mindful like this. So here, the first one is, so when we are doing unwholesome things, so that unwholesome thing is rooted in loba. Then you do happily, accompanied by joy. But you think that nothing wrong, that is associated with the wrong view, that you make a lot of effort and a lot of with the full of motivation, that is unprompted. So nobody force you to do, you yourself do it. That is unprompted. So such type of akusala chetas are more powerful. So the first one. So second one is the difference is only prompted. So prompted here me with the lesser degree of volition and motivation, or lesser degree of volition and effort, cetana and vidya. So this will be less powerful. Then third one, the difference is only dissociated from wrong view. So when you are doing unwholesome things, so that means you think that there is nothing wrong. That means you have a wrong view, dissociated from wrong view. Then unprompted. Then the fourth one is dissociated from wrong view and prompted. So here, so number 1 to number 4, accompanied by joy. So you do unwholesome actions happily with the joy. So, but there we have a sometime prompted, sometime unprompted. So prompted, unprompted depends on your motive, your volition and your effort. And also sometimes you do without knowing this is akusala. So that is associated with the wrong view. Sometimes you do, even you know this is unwholesome things. So that means dissociated from wrong view. So actually the way Abhidhamma classify, so our loba is very systematic and very beautiful. So when we are doing unwholesome things, so we can look at our mind. What type of loba mula chetas you are doing? So based on which type of loba mula cheta you are doing, so you have to be mindful. Then you will know it. So next 4, number 4 to number 8, is accompanied by equanimity. So actually, last lesson we finish accompanied by joy. Here, upekkha, equanimity. So you can look at page number comprehensive menu of Abhidhamma, page number 34. So actually, I'm taken from that page. So the other 4 chetas are accompanied by equanimity, upekkha, sahagata. So the word upekkha is often used in the Pali text to signify the lofty spiritual quality of equanimity or impartiality. So that means upekkha means the state of mind which cannot be swayed by biases or preferences. So actually here, roughly you have to understand different type of, we have a 10 type of upekkha or equanimity. It's mentioned in Visuddhimagga, but here only 2. So just remember only 2. So the first one is lofty spiritual quality in the 4 sublime state, 4 sublime state. We call it 4 Brahma Vihara. 4 Brahma Vihara. So that is called Upekha equanimity. We can call it lofty spiritual quality. So here, so in the this fourth sublime state, the meaning of Upekha or equanimity is, so your mind is not shaking because of good and bad. Normally, when we experience unpleasant things, when we meet unpleasant people, and when we hear unpleasant sounds, normally our mind shake because of anger, So we hate it, we don't like it. So that means your mind is swaying, your mind is shaking with anger. Normally, when we experience pleasant things, when we meet pleasant people, and when we hear pleasant sounds, when we are eating pleasant food, then our mind, our mind is shaking because of lobha. So here, pleasant things, unpleasant things. So when we experience unpleasant things, we are angry. So when we experience pleasant things, we are greedy. So like and dislike. So because of that, our mind is not stable. But here, equanimity, the equanimity in the 4 Brahma Vihara, 4 sublime state is, so your mind is very stable. Whether you meet pleasant things or unpleasant things. So your mind is not swayed by these biases, pleasant or unpleasant. Sometimes you may experience pleasant people. Sometimes you may meet unpleasant people. So your mind is very stable. And sometimes you will hear pleasant song or sometimes unpleasant songs. Your mind is not shaking, either anger or lobha. Either anger or lobha. So your mind is stable. So such type of mind is called equanimity. So in the second chapter, we'll talk about it in detail. But for the time being, so we can call it lofty spiritual quality. So here in the akusala citta, however, so the word is used simply to mean neutral feeling. But here in the akusala citta, so the word will become neutral feeling. So neutral feeling means the feeling which leaned neither toward gladness or dejection. But in your mind, if there is lobha arises in your mind, it is not because of you don't have a gladness or you don't have a dejection. So your mind is neutral. So thus, upekha or equanimous feeling is also called neither painful nor pleasant feeling. But here, in akusala citta, upekha is a feeling. So when you have a upekha in your mind, you do not know whether it is pleasant or unpleasant. Just neutral feeling. Sometimes we are doing something with the lobha. But when our feeling is not obvious, not clear, that's called neutral feeling. So we have a 4 type of neutral feeling connected with the lobha. One consciousness accompanied by equanimity, associated with the wrong view and unprompted. So earlier one is accompanied by joy. So you are doing unwholesome things. You are doing unwholesome things with a happily and joyfully, with a joyous feeling. So that is called accompanied by joy. But here, so when you are doing akusala citta, your mind is you don't have any happiness or you don't have any digestion in your mind. You just do it naturally. Normally, in our day-to-day life, so sometimes we are eating the food. So if you are not mindful what you are doing, then lobha will arise in your mind. So if there is no happiness while you are eating the food, that is equanimous feeling, neutral feeling. Sometimes you are listening a song. If you are happy, accompanied by joy. If there's no happiness, suppose when you go to airport, so they normally play the music, right? Music. So actually, you don't have any joyous feeling to hear such a one. So your feeling is neutral. We can call it accompanied by equanimity. Equanimity. So if we are mindful, if we are not mindful, what we are doing, then we sometimes lobha will arise. So such type of lobha accompanied by equanimity. If you think that nothing wrong, then associated with the wrong view, unprompted. That is called. The second one is prompted, and third one is dissociated from wrong view. Sometimes you may do unwholesome things, thinking that, knowing that it is akusala, dissociated from wrong view. And the last one is prompted. So if you know the first four, you know the last four. But the first one is associated with the joy, and the last four type or the citta is accompanied by equanimity. So here, so we can learn basic things. Sometimes when we are doing something with the akusala citta, with the lobha, so when you are doing with the full of joy, that is accompanied by joy. Sometimes you are doing akusala. Sometimes you are doing something with the akusala citta, with a just neutral feeling, that is accompanied by equanimity. If you are doing akusala, knowing that, not knowing, that is akusala. So that is associated with the wrong view. Even you are still doing, knowing that there is akusala, no? Then that is a dissociated from wrong view. You stay do it. But if you know, as last week we talked about, drinking is not good, then you know that, then you stay to it. But as you know this is unwholesome things, later and one day, then you were likely to stop drinking alcohol. Just like that, anything. Normally, how to say that, when you're doing lobha with the lobha citta. So as a Buddhist, we know that it's not good, but we still do it, dissociated from wrong view. Sometimes happily, sometimes with a neutral feeling. But as a Buddhist, we know that this is akusala. So one day we will stop. One day, if the time comes, we will stop it. Okay, Helen.
Good evening, Bhante.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah. If you are in the state of equanimity, that means there is no like or dislike. Meaning to say, by right, there is no lobha, isn't it? Then why is it lobha mula in this case?
But here, you still have a lobha. Number one, you still have a lobha, but your feeling is not prominent or not clear. Sometimes because of loba, suppose I will give you one example. How can I give the example? Sometimes we do something with the loba. When we do for the first time, of course, we are very happy. But sometimes it became neutral. So our happiness is not how to say. Suppose
or do you mean we do it too many times, then it becomes used to it?
Became used to it. Suppose one person is stealing money, stealing the food from the supermarket, right? Then for the first time, when he get the food, when he can steal from the supermarket, then he feel very happy. I got it. Then later, because of loba, he continued to steal it. Then became used to it. So his state of mind is actually earlier for the first time, for the first or one time, two time, he is very happy when he get it. But later he continued to steal it. So as he do many times, so he no longer have feeling or joyful feeling in his mind. So it became neutral. But he steal the food from the restaurant because of loba. So there are many how to say, many things in our. Suppose if you are eating a food for the first time, new food for the first time, if you are eating the food with the loba, accompanied by joy feeling, you're very happy for the first time. If you are trying second time, stay happy. If you are eating many times, it became neutral. No longer, you don't have any, how to say, obvious feeling about that food. So that is neutral feeling, equanimity. Okay.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Okay, Agu. Hello.
Namaste, Bhante.
Okay.
Bhante, as lay people, most of the time we are doing mostly loba mula citta, like we are eating.
Hello.
We are doing exercise. It is very difficult, like yogi. That this is just to maintain the body to do the practice for holy life. But in daily life, so we are doing loba mula citta most of the time, Bhante.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Even though in normal level, Bhante.
You're right. Normally we are doing with the loba.
Yeah.
Either loba or dosa, because it's quite normal. So we are responding everything, either loba or dosa, because we don't have a wisdom. So if we are full of delusion or moha, and we will respond with the either loba or dosa. But if we are practicing mindfulness, suppose people in the meditation center, so they are practicing mindfulness all the time. So they know everything. When they're eating, when they're walking, when they're talking, they know everything. So that they know everything, in their mind there's no delusion or moha. There's no ignorance. So because of understanding, because of mindfulness and clear comprehension, we call it clear comprehension. So when they are eating, they know that they are eating. When they are talking, they know that they are talking. If they are mindful, if they have a clear comprehension about what they are doing at that moment, then there's no lobha. But of course, for normal life, for in our day-to-day life, when we are talking to our friend, our family members, the one we like, the one we love, and we are talking with the lobha. So when you're talking to unpleasant people, the people we don't like, so we are talking with the dosa. That is quite normal. Because of those lobha, dosa, moha, we are having a lot of problem. We are having a lot of problem. So for that reason, when we are talking, even we are talking to our beloved one, even we are talking to unpleasant people, the people we don't like, we should practice mindfulness and clear comprehension, sampajana. So if we are mindful and clear comprehension what we are doing, then there's no place for lobha. There's no place for dosa. So then there will be no akusala. Normally in our day-to-day life, of course, when we are eating, when we are seeing, when we are hearing, most of the time, we are responding that there are a lot of lobha, dosa, moha in our mind. So for that reason here, suppose when you are talking to beloved one for the first time, very happy, accompanied by joy. But later, when you're talking for many times, there's no joy and feeling in your mind, just neutral, normal feeling. No? That's accompanied by equanimity. So for that reason, of course, it's very difficult to remove lobha, dosa, moha in our day-to-day life. What we have to do is we have to reduce a closer or more rougher defilements in our mind. Immoral one. So when you are watching a movie for longer time, all the day, if you are watching a movie all the time, that is immoral. That can be immoral. So when you are playing games, full of lobha. If you are playing games so many times, many hours, that's lobha. So of course, it's what we can do. What we can do in our as a lay person. So you have to be very mindful whether it is immoral or moral. That is the first step. So when you are eating the food, your own food, then you enjoying it, you like it, it's okay, stay okay, sensory happiness. But this accompanied by lobha. But in the as is moral conduct, so you are not breaking any moral conduct. So because of that, you can stay reborn as a human being or as a devas. But when you have a lot of craving for food, when you have a lot of craving to see something or someone, you cannot attain jhana. You cannot reborn as a Brahma. So it's a different level. So we have to understand in such a way. So if you are not mindful, number one, if you are not knowing what you are doing clearly, we call it sampajana or clear comprehension. Lobha or dosa naturally arise, right? So this is a how do we say, we are always living with the Lobha Dosa Moha. As a lay person, as long as you are not breaking Sila, 5 precepts, it's okay. It's okay.
So
But,
it means Bhante, for normal level, when it become our last moment of death, we still possible to be reborn and as a human being again, Bhante.
with the Akusala Chaita, right?
Yeah, in normal states, in
Oh,
normal
no.
level, like
No.
we are doing exercise, and then at the last moment, because we are doing a lot of exercise every day. Let's say an athlete, and when become the last moment of his life, this appears, this image, these actions of running or whatever exercise, whether this person can be reborn in good arm or not, Bhante.
Actually, running is not a Akusala Chaita. It depends on our mind. It depends on our mind.
Yeah, but
Actually,
mostly when we do exercise, everything, we are not all, especially like athlete, they won't reflect that this is only to maintain their body, but maybe they want to achieve something, the championship, for example. It means it's greedy, like Bhante.
but of course, if they want to get a championship, even desire for having championship, so it can be, suppose it can be, we cannot say exactly this is Akusala Chaita. Suppose you are supporting your parents. You are supporting your parents. Your parents rely on your income. Then you are competing. You are, how to say, running a competition. If you win a championship in that competition, you will get a lot of money. Then you are thinking, if I get a lot of money, I can support my family. I can give my parents. So this is not a law. This is not a law. But you want to support to your parents. So if you win, you will get a lot of money. Then you can support your parents. So here, desire for championship, we cannot say it is wholesome or unwholesome. But it depends on your mental state. Suppose if I won championship, then I will be very famous, then I will get a lot of money, then lower. It depends on our mental state. Yeah. So for that reason, even the politician, it depends on their mental state, the way they think. Suppose a politician, then I ran in the politics to become member of parliament. Then if I became a parliamentarian, then I can do a lot of good things for the country. So if someone is thinking like that, desire for becoming parliamentarian is not a akusala. Because if he became a parliamentarian, if he became a prime minister, he think that he can do a lot of good things for the country. He is running in the election not because of law, but because he has compassion in his mind. He has metta or loving kindness in his mind. He wants to do good things for the country. So that is one politician. He is not running in the election with the law, with the kusala chaita. So a one politician, and he is running in the election, thinking that if I win, then I will get higher salary in Singapore. You know, the salary is very high as a prime minister, right? So hoping for that salary, then he ran election. If I became a prime minister, then I will have a lot of contact with the businessman. Then they will give me a lot of money as a bribe. So if someone is running election, such attitude with the loba, in his mind, is the akusala cheda. So here, it depends on our mental state, the way we think. So for that reason, so Abhidhamma trying to dip into the deeper level. So we look at the mental state. But of course, when we are doing unwholesome things like stealing, like a social misconduct, definitely akusala. So you are the root of those unwholesome actions, akusala, right? Akusala. If you are killing a person, no justifiable. Yeah. Okay. 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 One question.
Good afternoon. Good evening, Bhante. Sorry.
Good evening. Okay.
I'd like to ask, we are doing business. Of course, before and after I learn Dhamma, the mind is different. Before we are doing business, our objective is to have success and then get more money. Then we can enjoy.
Yeah.
But after I learning this Dhamma in 3 years' time, my view is a bit changing. Now
Good.
I use my business to earn money, still have the desire to make it a good business. Then from the business that I earn the profit, I can use the money to like badana, to do dana. So is this partial still have a akusala, oloba, and
Okay, thank you for bringing this one.
Yeah.
So actually, the same thing, doing business. Earlier, you want to earn a lot of money. You want to have a lot of success. You want to be very popular in the business circuit. So these are akusala cheda. If you are exploiting people and cheating people, this is more than I want to say immoral one. But just like that, now you do business, you make money by doing business, then you want to give, you want to do dana. That is not akusala. That's not akusala. So you are doing business with the kusala cheda, thinking that if I earn a lot of money, then I want to do a lot of dana. I can give away to the poor people, to the needy people, like this. So I think such type of mental state, you're doing business, you are not breaking any winning rules, you are not exploiting people, you are not cheating. You do business with the moral way. Then you try to make a lot of money because you're thinking, that I can share, I can give with other people. I can share with other people.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So for that reason, I think people normally think that doing business or running a company with the loba, people normally think that. We cannot say so. I will give you example of a restaurant. Suppose you are running a restaurant, then you have to, you need to hire a lot of how to say that, cook, and also that, I don't know how you call it, people who are serving. So you need to hire a lot of staff. Suppose you give little bit of money and you exploit your staff, your workers. Then you want to get a lot of money. then you sell with the higher price. Then your food is not good. So then you are doing business with the akusala citta, with the loba. That's another one. Supposing another businessman who is running a restaurant. So he trying to give higher salary to his workers, and he give the best food, a very good and clean food to the customers, thinking that people who come to my restaurants, they can enjoy a good food and also a very good for the health. Then he make profit. Of course, he make profits in a in a moral way. Then he still can make money, but he is doing business with the full of compassion to his workers and full of compassion, loving kindness to the customers. Then he is running business. He is running a restaurant with the kusala citta. Loving kindness, compassion, all these are the root of wholesome actions.
Yeah.
So the way you treat people, the way you treat your workers is very nice. Then you are not doing business with the akusala citta. You are doing with the kusala citta. So now you said that the more you can earn money, the more you can give. That is kusala, that is akusala. That is kusala.
Yeah. And then one more, Bhante.
Okay.
If we are opening the restaurant but selling the meat, meat restaurant, then is this akusala or break the sila?
Then I think we have to look at 3 criteria, as I earlier said. Last week I talked about 3 criteria regarding with the meat, right?
Yeah.
Then you buy the meat from the shop, right? Nothing wrong.
Maybe
Nothing
market
wrong.
lah. Maybe
From the market. But the market, the shop intentionally, if the shop intentionally care for you, care the living being for your restaurant, also not good. Because regarding with the meat, we have 3 criteria. Number 1, you do not see. Number one. Number 2, you do not hear. Number 3, you do not suspect that the meat is intentionally prepared for you. Then you shouldn't use that meat, or you shouldn't eat that meat.
But Bhante,
when you are
but
when you're buying from the
usually we order tomorrow, please keep for me 10 kg. then that means that already break the 3rd one. So because can be said.
It depends. So you order, because of your order decay directly. That's also breaking that one. So here I think only 3 criteria. If you are buying market, and nothing wrong with this. You're not breaking 3 criteria, 3 things. You do not see, you do not hear, you do not suspect. These meat are prepare for your shop. If you think that they are not prepared for your shop, then you just bought from the supermarket, nothing wrong. Very tricky way, very tricky. So what the Buddha says, the middle part. So the Buddha, of course, if you want to be vegetarian, if you want to be vegetarian, it's fine. It's okay. It's up to you. But if you are eating the meat, or if you are selling the meat, so that meat is not especially for you or for your shop. Okay.
Bhante, the voice, the sound is a bit
Okay. Not clear, right?
not clear.
Okay, I will change it. Hello, is it clear?
Clear already, Bhante.
Okay. Okay, regarding with the loba, so we have to think in such way. I mean, thank you for your question, because I hope you you understand, the stages of it depends on our mind, Mano popengama dhamma. Everything mind is forerunner. You are competing in an election. If you are doing with the loving or full of loving kindness and compassion, then you are running. You are doing politics with the kusala cheda. Even in running a restaurants, even in running doing business, that we can do with our wholesome actions. Okay, so the next one is the dosa, hatred. So literal meaning of dosa is destructive element. This is a literal meaning. And one more question. Nisha.
Hi, Bhante. I just want to ask regarding the akusala. So let's say like Buddhists serving national service or army, military. So and they have to kill people due to the profession. That will be affecting the 5 precepts, right? Because they're taking a life.
Yeah. That's you're right.
So those because you see my son, he has to go to national service, so I don't know what he has to do. So I don't know how.
Maybe what we can do is, as a Singaporean, you're very lucky because there's no fighting, there will be no killing. So, but here I think we have to. One thing to do is, suppose some people are drinking, but they cannot stop drinking. But okay, but you do more good deed. Try not to do other unwholesome things, right? Here also, if somebody is become a soldier, if he need to kill, of course need to fight. Even the fighting, killing is killing. Actually, according to Buddhism, no justify, we cannot justify. Killing is good. But one thing is, if someone is doing one unwholesome things, just like a killing, but trying to do good things, and trying to do other good things. So I think it's a good example to show. But don't tell your son. So you are doing akusala, Okay, so this one is a dosa or hatred. Literal meaning of dosa is destructive element. So it dosa destroy ourselves and also others when arises within in our mind. So when dosa came in, then our happiness is gone. We are unhappy. So when there's dosa in our mind, then you will say something, you will act something with the dosa. Then the other people also will be destroying. The family, if you are speaking with the dosa in the family, then the other family is affected. If you are angry, and the whole your environment will be affected. So that is the characteristics of dosa, destructive element. But here we have it comprises all form of destructive emotions, such as hatred. We have hatred to people. We have hatred to things, the weather, the food, the song, and we have anger, envy, resentment, irritation, even little bit of irritation in your mind. Normally, we have a lot of irritation in our mind. So when we experience one thing we don't like, then irritation, at least irritation came in. That is also a part of dosa. So we have a stress. So when you are studying your lessons, stress. When you're walking, you walk, stress. Normally, nowadays, people a lot of stress. So they have to try to finish all their works. Then when they cannot finish, stress. So also, so when we are preparing our lessons, if there is stress in our mind, that's a part of dosa, no? We don't like that situation. Suppose in your job, you have to do a lot of things. If stress came in your mind, that is a part of dosa, hatred. You don't like that. That's how to say that situation. If you can finish your works, then your boss will complain. If you can finish your works, then it will affect your job. Then stress came in. Stress also a type of dosa. Anxiety, we have a lot of anxiety. Anxiety regarding with the family life, anxiety in your job. So anxiety in your exam. So for that reason, well, when I announced this class, I told you all. So I want to say, our main aim to take exam is not to have a stress and anxiety for the exam. The aim is to study. Then after studying, then you have an understanding about teachings of the Buddha, then you apply in your day-to-day life. So that should be the main aim of our study. No stress, no anxiety. Even you cannot take exam, okay. Nothing wrong. Even you fail it. So one student asked me, if I take exam, if I fail it, what can I do? Accept it. I told her, accept it. Try again. Try again. Because no shouldn't be stress. No stress, no anxiety. If you know one thing, just write down one thing. If you do not know, okay, leave the examination room. Even you fail in the exam, nothing wrong, right? You will not lose your job. You will not lose anything. People have anxiety for their dignity, or they're afraid that people will look down on you. That is a type of dosa, anxiety in your mind. So there should be stress or anxiety in your mind. Sorrow. Of course, when we lost our beloved one, sorrow came in. That shouldn't be. If you have a understanding teachings of the Buddha, there will be no sorrow. Even you lost your beloved one. Because you understand, the Buddha already said that everything is impermanent. We are here, we arise, then we will die. That is a very simple understanding. But in our mind, we have a lot of delusion in our mind. We have a lot of ignorance. Because of that, we forgot that simple teaching. Everything is impermanent. Because of that, because of delusion, not knowing impermanence nature of our body and the body of other. We die, well, we cry, we sorrow. And also depression. Some people, I think most people, they do not know their mind. For that reason, depression came in. So when there is a family problem, a job problem, and relationship problem, depression came in. Depression came in. So everything is impermanent. You have to know it. You have to understand it. Good things will not last forever. And also bad things will not last forever. Good things, bad things, everything will come and go, come and go. So there will be no depression at all. No depression, no? Some people, when they, especially about 50 plus or 50, so their body change. There will be a lot of changes in their body. They cannot accept it. Then depression came in, no? Depression came in. If they know that our body is changing, that is wisdom, then you accept it. So there will be a lot of gray hair in your head, then your bones are not working properly, then you have a lot of wrinkle in your face, then wrinkle in your hand. Okay, impermanent nature, just accept it. Just know that this is natural occurrences. So if you have such wisdom, there will be no depression, no depression. And also we have a lot of fear. Fear of losing something. Fear of losing job. Fear of losing dignity or everything, no? That's a part of dosa. One question. Lin Sin.
Afternoon, Bhante. Evening, Bhante. I am wondering regarding just now about the dana thing. You were saying that maybe if, let's say, we see something that we feel we want to improve, and therefore I work hard and bring money in to do dana. Like, for example, I feel that stray dogs are pitiful, and then I want to do something for the stray dogs, or old people are pitiful. I want to do something for the old people, you know. But to start that off, isn't there also loba, dosa, and moha? Because if you don't have that, right, then you will see you will not be moved by it. That means not that you won't be moved, but you will see it as part and parcel. But because you see it and you cannot take it, therefore you want to do something about it. And to start that off, you must have some either discomfort, hatred, or sadness before you can do it, isn't it?
That is a very deep question, because when you know Abhidhamma, when you finish second chapter, I think all your question will be answered, because our mind is a very quick, you know, sometimes lobha, sometimes compassion. So we have to look at our mind with the full of mindfulness. Suppose the desire to help old people. So the root will be either dosa or compassion. Suppose, so you have a lot of compassion, a lot of sympathy to old people. Sympathy and compassion, these are a wholesome things, good things. But you have a sorrow, pity, by seeing all people. Then sorrow, akusala, paradosa. Even
how do you balance that?
Sorry?
How do you balance, like, then you have got good and then it's bad?
How to balance here? Actually, normally we use only two things. Mindfulness. So you have to, your mind must be very mindful and very tranquil. And second one is, you know what is happening to the old people, Mindfulness, we call it clear comprehension. You have a clear understanding about those old people. That is wisdom. So if you have a mindfulness here means very clear, a very clear and stable mind. Your mind is not agitated. Your mind is not shaking. Then if you have a mindfulness and clear comprehension, then you will be able to evaluate the situation. Or those people are very beautiful. Then there's a sympathy and compassion in your mind. And you try to give them. So that is good.
But this is, if let's say we are doing out of us, like what I'm saying is, then there's a second question, which is that actually to propel us to do things, bigger things, there must be enough moha, dosa, moha, loba, and dosa. We must have enough of that, because I feel that if there isn't enough of that, right, with wisdom, we actually will not do a lot of things. Like for example, okay, we do business. When you have enough wisdom, then you will find this illusion. You will not have. I mean, I'm saying that not we, but then I think we will not have this passion to want to do business. But to do business in a way is to make money. You must have that enough greed before you can do business. Otherwise, you will never be able to make money, isn't it?
You mean to do business, we must have a loba?
I think so.
Oh, okay. That we can call it associated with the wrong view, because
isn't it business? If you don't have loba, you can't do business.
No. Actually, I already give example of a restaurant. No. So he is running a business with a compassion. He share his fortune with the workers, and he provide a very good and clean food to the customers. But in his mind, there's no loba. Just he's running business for workers, for his family, for the customers. So
he will never. Sorry. But for business like that, they will only be small business. It will never be a big business. So for it to flourish, it has to be people with enough greed.
Okay, and that is a very big question. So I will give you a very simple comparison. But here in business world, business circle, we I think they use most of the, I make a general comparison. General comparison. The company, most of the company from the west, from the European country. So they have ethic. So they will provide. They will have a rules and regulate. They will follow rules and regulations. So they will look at their staff. So if they are fired, they will get 3 months salary. Like this. But most of the country in Asia, they don't have a ethic. So they don't look at their staff. So they just look at the profit. So for that reason, I think many people want to work the company from European country, right? Because they have they practice ethic, business ethic. So they, of course, they want to get profit, but in a moral way, in an ethical way. I don't mean that all the company from the West, they are ethical and they are good. I don't mean that. But in general, so I think in Singapore, most of the people want to get a job from those company, right? So I think we can compare. We can make a very clear comparison. So we want to make. We want to work in a company who is doing business with the ethical way. We don't want to work in a company who they are very selfish. They are looking at their own profit, and they don't look at their staff. So I think, of course, if a company is doing business in an ethical way, they can make a lot of money. We know that they can make a lot of profit. But the company who is looking after their staff and they are doing business with the ethical way, the business ethic, they may make less profit, but they are happy. They'll be happy. So I think even a simple way we can think. We want to work in a company who is running business in an ethical way, right? Ethical way. Not harmful to us, not harmful to the customers, but of course less profit. So actually nowadays, most of the country, so they are trying to follow this ethical business. So I think if we are doing business with a lot of lobby, of course, a lot of doors up, we can make more business, but that is not pure. That's not pure.
What I mean is, for example, if let's say I feel that in doing business, there is always a conflict of spiritual growth and doing business. It's like, for example, okay, you can be the best boss, but not everybody is good. So if you have got a bad worker and the bad worker comes in and then you have to fire the bad worker, so then it will cause you a lot of disturbances, like mental disturbances. It will cause you to think and doubt. So there is a lot of that's why what I'm trying to say is that there is a conflict. Like when I want to do an association to do good deeds. Like for example, I want to start association to do dana. But in order to start the association, I must have enough anger in me, or there enough sadness in me to want to do something for that group of people. So it's like there's
actually, I think that is wrong. That's wrong. But of course, your action sometimes may come from sadness, and may come from lobby. That's not a right attitude. That's not right attitude, because I don't mean that. Of course, the motivation behind is because of sadness or because of sorrow. Then you do good things. That's not a good attitude. And we can look at the Buddha. We can look at the Buddha. So the Buddha attained enlightenment at the age of 35, right? At the age of 35. So for the 45 years, he is going many places and teaching the Dharma. And he went to many places. He met many people. So motivation is to let them know the true teaching. Actually, motivation here, the origin of his actions is compassion to the people. So because of that compassion, accompanied by understanding or wisdom. So the way he talk is not harmful to other people, right? So the motivation or the origin of our action, the root of our action should be wholesome one. So because of actually people have a understanding that if they are doing business in a moral way, they cannot make a lot of profit. They cannot make a lot of money. That will be that is we how to say that's possible. But why we are making money? So we have to look at the why we are making money. So we want to be happy, no? Want to be happy. Then you are doing, if you are doing business in an ethical way, by killing, by stealing, by cheating, it is harmful to other people, not right for other people. But if you are doing business by an ethical way, by cheating, by exploiting people, you will not be happy. You will not be happy. Then you have a lot of enemy. Even you may be killed because of that. So here, of course, so whether you want to follow moral, moral principle or religious teaching or not, it is up to you. It's up to you. No, what I want to say is just like a example. So we can do business without lobha dosa moha, right? But of course, if you are doing a lot of lobha, exploiting people, cheating, lying, then you may make a lot of money, but you are harming other people, so not good. So how to say, for that reason, so I think it's a clear comparison between the company from the West and the company from the East. So actually there's a clear example, because the company in the West, so they underwent a lot, they underwent a lot of changes, in their company. They have learned a lot. So the company in the Asia still learning. We are still on the way. Then I think Singapore is going in the ethical business. So if the company is doing business in an ethical way, it's good for them, good for the workers, and good for their customer. But of course, it may not profit a lot, but still okay. So we are doing business, then why? We want to be happy, right? We want to have a good life. But if we try to harm other people, if we exploit other people for our happiness, it's not good. So I think it is up to the individual who want to follow moral conduct or who doesn't care. It's up to individual. But finally, it will affect their life. And also, even this life, it will affect, let alone afterlife. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Then lower down. Okay. Oh, we have a lot of discussion. I think it's good, right? Because but we cannot go. We cannot finish. And then anyway, then I think later I will adjust the timing. Regarding with the dosa, dosa is aversion or a dislike toward the object or rejecting toward them. So here, dosa means aversion or dislike. When we see people, then if there is aversion, we try to reject, you know. When we see the people we don't like, we're trying to reject, we don't want to see them. Then if we hear a sound, unpleasant sound, then aversion will arise. That is dosa. That's dosa. If there is a dislike in your mind arise, that is dosa. It can be a person, it can be a thing, everything. Suppose the weather is very hot. If there is a dislike in your mind, that's dosa. That's dosa. Then there is some changes in your business. But if there is a dislike in your mind, that's dosa. A very gentle one, very gentle one. So actually we can divide dosa in two ways. Number one, we can call it attitosa. Attitosa. So if we are in a position to reject the object that we do not like, we feel angry and our past. Here, if we are in a position to react the object, suppose as a parents, then you are in a position to react, you know, to your children. Of course, when they're very young, when they grow old, you cannot tell them like this. Then, if you are in a position to react the passing, then you outpass, you know, you show your anger. That's called attitosa. Another one is called passitosa. If we are not in a position to react the object we don't like, then we feel depressed and frightened. Suppose in your job, the boss will tell you things that you don't like, but you cannot tell your boss. Then there will be dislike in your mind. But you cannot respond, you cannot react the way you like. Then depression will come in and you will frightened. You're frightened. So that is the passitosa. So here, so any type of dosa is not good. Any type of dosa is not good. So here, aversion or dislike in your mind. When you see a person, if there is a dislike in your mind, that's dosa. Then you hear a sound, and aversion or a dislike came in, and that is dosa. It's very, very, how to say, of course, this is a very gentle dosa. So we have a two consciousness rooted in hatred. We have a two consciousness rooted in two consciousness rooted in hatred. So the first one consciousness accompanied by displeasure. Actually, let me finish this one. Time is already complete, but I want to finish this one. Two consciousness rooted in hatred. The first one consciousness accompanied by displeasure. So when a hatred came in, so our feeling is displeasure. We call it displeasure me, domanassa, unpleasant mental feeling. We see a person, then if we don't like it, if we don't like them, unpleasant feeling will arise. Then we experience hot weather outside. Then if there is aversion or dislike in your mind, then displeasure or unpleasant mental feeling. associated with aversion. So aversion is a synonym of dosa. Aversion, there is a dislike in your mind associated with aversion. So this one, unprompted. So unprompted here is a higher degree of volition and motivation. Suppose if you have a lot of anger in your mind, number one, because you make a lot of effort. Because of that anger, your face will change, and your voice will change. So that is the first type of dosa, unprompted, a higher degree of volition or motivation in your mind. Sometimes you are yelling at someone, you are criticizing someone with a full of anger, that is unprompted. And you make a lot of effort. The next one is a prompted one. So any type of dosa is accompanied by displeasure. So when you have a dosa in your mind, dislike in your mind, displeasure, unpleasant mental experience, and associated with the aversion, prompted. So actually, we have only two Cittas rooted in hatred. Higher degree of dosa, the first one, and lower degree of dosa, the last one. So we have to be very careful whether our hatred is the first one or second one. The first one not good, no? So when you look at two Cittas, then you will see that both are accompanied by displeasure, and both are associated with aversion. The difference is only unprompted or prompted. Unprompted, higher degree, unprompted, lower degree. Only Abhidhamma distinguish only two type of dosa mula Citta. But here I want to mention prompted with a lesser degree of volition and effect. I want to mention one soda. It's called Lekha soda. It talk about three type of dosa. Just for how to say applying in our daily life. What type of dosa you have? So one type, writing on the stone. So there are three type of people in the world. The Buddha said in the Anguttara Nikaya. Number one, the person who is like a line on the stone. Then you write on the stone. So the writing on the stone, the Buddha said, just as a line written on the stone is not quickly erased by the wind and water, but persists for a long time. So too, some people often get angry, and his anger persists for a long time, Maybe resentment, so all the time angry. The angry cannot last for a long time, So we have to be very careful our anger. So if our anger is like a line written on the stone, not good. So this one is the first type of dosa, unprompted. And second one, the people who is the person who is like a line on the ground. Just as a line written on the ground is quickly erased by the wind and water, and does not persist for a long time. So if we write on the ground, it will be erased because of wind or water. It will not persist for a long time. So too, some people often get angry, but his anger does not persist for a long time. Stay angry, but does not persist, quickly erase. So and then at least we have to practice number two, like number two. And the last one, the person who is lying on the water. The Buddha said, just as a line written on water quickly disappears and does not persist for a long time. If you write in the water, it will be erased very quickly. So too, some passing, even when spoken to roughly and harshly, in disagreeable ways, and remain on friendly terms with his antagonist, mingle with him or her, and greets him or her. I think we have to practice the last one, you know, just like you're writing on water, it will be disappear very quickly. So when we experience, disagreeable people, and when they are talking roughly and harshly, so we don't have to show our anger, and we have to remain in friendly way, and we have to stay associated with them, and we still need to greet with them. Mostly, actually, when we hate a person, we don't want to associate with them. We don't want to greet with them. No? This is our human nature. But here, even you are somebody is talking roughly and harshly and disagreeable way, but you still talk to them in the friendly manner, very calmly, and you stay talk to them, and you stay associate with them, you stay greet with them. So actually, you still have a little bit of anger, but you do not show it. So I think that is very important in our relationship, among in the family or in your job, among your friends. Even they are talking in disagreeable way, do not show your anger. Stay associate with them friendly. You still need to greet with them. So this actually Buddha's advice. So okay, I think today we have a very good discussions. So thank you for your questions, and I think we discussed a lot about Loba and Dosa. Next week we talk about Moha. Moha is the root of all our unwholesome actions. Moha. Okay, so let's close our lessons. Yo vara tambava manu jesu sakyamuni bhagavakata kecho paragato bala viriya samangi Dan sukatan saranatamu bemi Raga viraga maninjama sokan Dhamma masangkata mapatikulan Marurami mampa kunan suwipadan Dhamma miman saranatamu bemi Yata chade namaha palamahu Chatusu susisu purisa yugesu Atacha pogala dhammata sate Sanghami mansaranata mupemi Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night, everyone.